evening and thank you for joining us here at GBS News at 9. My name is Beatrice Njeri. Our sign language interpreter is Adams Minor. We have a lot lined up for you tonight, but first, here are the highlights.
The Deputy President has been duly voted by the House.
Kindiki's loyalty elevates him to Deputy President-elect as National Assembly approves him for the Deputy President position 24 hours after Senate voted to impeach former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua.
Our main mission is to destroy 63 sacks of cannabis sativa was confiscated a while ago.
Nyahururu authorities destroy confiscated bank worth millions. The consignment was confiscated early this year at Kegumo village within Laikipia County. Bomber at cafe in Mogadishu claims at least 7 lives. Suicide attack was claimed by Al-Shabaab, a group linked to Al-Qaeda, in a statement posted on its affiliated website. Junior World Cup tournament begins as Junior starlets shine bright in defeat, with Marion Serenge and Valerie Nekesa played well but couldn't score against a strong English defense. Now, Professor Kithure Kindiki today has been approved to take over as the 3rd Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya by the National Assembly in a special sitting that was organized after the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was removed from office by impeachment and fulfilling the constitutional mandate vested to the National Assembly by the Constitution that requires the National Assembly to vet names of the persons nominated for the office of the Deputy President in the office of the holder if impeached. Kindiki officially becomes the Deputy President-elect. Here is that report.
The nominee for Deputy President has been duly voted by the House.
The National Assembly has officially approved the nomination of the Deputy President-elect Professor Kithure Kindiki after the Senate removed the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua from office through impeachment and fulfilling the constitutional provision that requires the National Assembly to organize a special sitting to vet in the names of the suggested persons to occupy this office if it is declared vacant.
Honorable Speaker, on the voting, abstentions 0. Nays 0, ayes 236.
The former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was removed from office by Senate in a tense sitting that was faced with a lot of controversial issues after the DP failed to appear in the floor of the House for questioning due to illness, as his lawyer stated in a predetermined sitting.
Sad reality is that the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya has been taken sick, very sick, and as I address Mr. Speaker in this honorable House, Senators, he is in hospital.
According to the decision made, the DP ceases to hold office with an immediate effect, with all government accords awarded to the holder of the office of the Deputy President withdrawn, including the withdrawal of the security accorded to the holder of the office of the Deputy President, withdrawal of the DP's official cars and motorcade, and exit from the official residence of the Deputy President if impeached from the office with an immediate effect.
As pursuant to Article 145(7) and 151(b) and 2 of the Constitution, and Standing Order 78(8) of the Senate has resolved to remove from office by impeachment His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, AGH, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Accordingly, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, AGH, ceases to hold office. Thank you.
The new Deputy President-elect Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki will be sworn in a period not exceeding 60 days, after which he will assume office with the official duties and responsibilities of the Deputy President as stipulated in the Kenyan Constitution. Davis Karani, GBS News, Nairobi.
The High Court has blocked the appointment of the new Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki in place of the embattled Rigathi Gachagua until it hears a case next week challenging his impeachment. President William Ruto chose Interior Minister Kithure Kindiki as his new deputy on Friday, but the High Court's intervention came after lawmakers had already approved Kindiki's appointment on Friday. It extends a period of political turmoil in the East African country that started with mass protests against unpopular tax hikes in June. The Senate voted on Thursday to uphold impeachment charges against Ruto's previous deputy, Rigathi Gachagua, marked the first time that a Kenyan deputy president had been removed from office by impeachment. In an order, the High Court in the capital, Nairobi, said Kindiki's appointment as deputy president and the Senate's resolution upholding impeachment charges against Gachagua was suspended until the 24th of October, when a bench of judges appointed by Chief Justice will debate the issue. A second court order said Kindiki cannot assume office until the case is heard. Gachagua was impeached on 5 out of 11 charges, including gross violation of the Constitution and starring ethnic hatred accusations that he denied and dismissed as politically motivated. Kindiki was a top contender to be Ruto's running mate during the 2022 election and was appointed Interior Minister shortly after the president took office in September that year. The court has today granted the Director of Public Prosecutions the authority to prosecute Omar Lali in connection with the death of Tekra Muigai. The decision comes after a series of legal proceedings that have kept the public on the edge. Here is more on the same. Moving on, Tharaka Nithi Governor Muthomi Njuki has lauded President William Ruto's choice of Rigathi Gachagua's successor, Professor Kithure Kindiki, saying it shows every person in the country that he has the ability to lead. Njuki, who spoke from the county's official residence in Kajuki, Chuka, Egagombe constituency, say the appointment of Kindiki was a true manifestation of the end of the politics of shareholding and a hold of politics of inclusivity, where a person from one of the smallest counties in the country now ascends to the second highest office in the country. According to Governor Njuki, the appointment of Kindiki is an answered prayer at his work as Interior Cabinet Secretary has earned him admiration in the hearts of Kenyans, now saying his swearing in will be the icing on the cake, beginning a journey of returning Kenya right on its development tracks. Kindiki was approved by the National Assembly Friday afternoon and his name was gazetted as Deputy President-elect awaiting swearing in. Governor Njuki has also called on Kindiki to work for the betterment of the whole nation while bringing each and every community to work in harmony.
And evidence that this is a new dawn in Kenya, where we can be able to shun the politics of tribalism or formation of governments of tribalism. Because if a man from one of the smallest communities in Kenya can become the deputy president because of his qualification, because of his stature, and the president find him deserving, then we can say that even the smallest of the communities in the country, the Pokomos and the Indirias and the rest who are very small, even them one day, it will come a time when they'll be able to participate in the development of this country in position of leadership. So I want to convey my gratitude to the President for appointing Professor Kithure Kindiki as the nominee for the Deputy President. Of course, as a Kenya Kwanza Governor, I am grateful because Kenya Kwanza for the last few days, few months, few years, we have had shaky ground in terms of peace within and without the party and in the government. And we are hoping that now with the appointment of Professor Kithure Kindiki, the former CS for, or the current CS for Interior, we are hoping that because we know Kindiki as a very peaceful person, a person who normally consults, a person who is humble, a person who is well versed with communities and does not discriminate in any way. We are hoping that he will assist the president as the principal assistant to deliver for the people of Kenya.
President William Ruto's appointment of Kithure Kindiki as Kenya's new deputy president following the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua has sparked mixed reactions across the country. While Kindiki's home area of Irinduni and other regions alike Embu are celebrating the nomination as a victory for the region and a recognition of his governance experience, concerns linger over the political implications within the ruling coalition. Despite the High Court's barring Gachagua's immediate replacement, the National Assembly has gazetted Kindiki's appointment, marking a significant political shift. Susan Nganga with the full report.
So, mimi namtakia mema, although mimi naona hata yeye mwisho wake itakuwa ni hiyo tu. So sitarajii makubwa kutoka kwake. Pengine hata hii pengine ndio downfall yake. Amejisurubisha kwa msalaba akiwa ajui.
Despite the High Court barring the replacement of the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua after his impeachment yesterday night, Kenyans have gone ahead and expressed a range of reaction to President William Ruto's appointment of Kithure Kindiki as the new deputy president. In Kindiki's home area of Irinduni, residents celebrated his nomination, viewing it as a recognition of his capabilities and a sign of confidence from President Ruto. Embu residents have also not been left behind, expressing their views with regard to the nomination. Many hailed the move, saying he was fit for the job, given his national demeanor and a vast experience in governance, administration and law that sets him apart from others.
Kwa hivyo mimi nashukuru serikali sana. Kwa leo tumepata kiongozi mpya anaitwa Profesa Kithure Kindiki. Sio Profesa Kithure Kindiki anaonekana ni mtu anaweza unganisha Kenya mzima kwa sababu ni mtu ambaye tunajua ni msomi, na katika tukifuatilia katika historia yake hakuna pali asapatikana na karusari hata kamoja. Kwa hivyo tunaona Kindiki anakuja kuunganisha watu wote wa Kenya. Kindiki si mudharaka, Kindiki si kutoka Mount Kenya East, Kindiki ni mtu wa kuunganisha wa Kenya mzima.
Kama kuna kitu imenifurahisha na inanifurahisha na inafurahisha hata watu wenye wako hapa, ni kwa sababu Kithure Kindiki amepewa hiyo kazi. Kumbuka jambo la kwanza, Kithure Kindiki ni msomi, mpole na mtu ambaye anajua ni nini anafanya katika uongozi. Hatunjawahi kumsikia wakibishana na mtu yeyote, na tunajua ni mtu ambaye atakuwa na heshima kwa kiongozi mwenye amempatia hiyo kazi.
Political lobbyist Kirangacha Mwaneki said it was also a win for Mount Kenya East that has for the first time produced a deputy president, emphasizing that this move will not only bring equality but also bring an end to politics of tribalism and ethnic balkanization.
From the Mount Kenya East, we are most grateful because for the past 50 years, we have supported our brothers from the Mount Kenya West happily, right from the time of Jomo Kenyatta to the time of Mwai Kibaki to the time of Uhuru Kenyatta and even to the times of Rigathi Gachagua. We did that wholeheartedly. And today, this seat has come to Mount Kenya East. Our request is to our brothers in the Mount Kenya West, just like we supported you with all our hearts, happily, we never complained. We want to ask you that this time that seat has come to us, we hope that you're going to support us.
Others who aired their opinions said the appointment was long overdue, as Professor Kindiki was the favorite candidate of the region since the campaign period.
Ni mzuri wa Kenya wakumbuke kwamba it was long overdue. He was the favorite of the people. Alikuwa watu wote ni yeye wanataka. Hata wale wambunge wenye walikuwa wanataka kusimama na chama ya UNDA wakati ule wa nominations, ni yeye walikuwa wamechagua.
While there are pockets of celebrations surrounding Kindiki's nomination, significant skepticism and demands for accountability persist among segments of the Kenyan public who are voicing their concerns about the political implications of the appointment.
Tumeona kuna jina ingine imeletwa ya Kithure Kindiki. Na ujue yule deputy president alitoka, alikuwa amechaguliwa na watu na sisi wananchi. Sasa hata kupewa ati Mount Kenya tuambiwe tumepewa Kithure Kindiki. Kithure Kindiki hata saidia kitu, sababu atakuwa tu hapo kama kitu ya kuwekwa. Ikiwa mtu yule alichaguliwa na kura ya raia ametolewa na madharau kali, naye huyu naye wa kuwekwa hapo, unajua akikosa kidogo atatimuliwa kwanza asubuhi.
Amechaguliwa kuwa deputy president, achunge afanya kazi, wajue ni wananchi wanafanyia kazi, si wao, ni sisi wananchi wanatufanyia kazi, washughulike, tuone faida ya kuwa uongozini, na wawe kitu moja wakifanya kazi, na wasiwe na bitina tena, maana hii maneno ya kukaa katika bitina kila siku, sisi ndio umia, maana wawili wapiganao nyasi ndio umia.
National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has gazetted Professor Kithure Kindiki to take up the deputy president position after the House approved his nomination. In a Gazette notice dated Friday, October 18, 2024, Wetangula reaffirmed the gazettement, saying House had voted in support of the nomination of Kindiki as the new deputy president by President William Ruto. Susan Nganga, GBS News.
Many thanks for joining this live broadcast. We have a lot lined up for you in our news segment tonight. But first, let us take a quick break. We'll be right back with even more.
Leo tuko hapa kuchemusha mambo. Yeah, you want to talk about things that youths do, things that are led by youths, things that are there to help the youth.
The major mission for OIY is we want to be an umbrella organization for the voice of the African youth.
Okay.
That's why we bear the name African.
Africa.
Yeah, so we want to bear the voices of young people and walk with them the journey of life.
It doesn't matter if you have education background or you don't have. They just let you know and understand and feel proud of yourself. You can do this. This is what you want, go for it, do it.
Okay. We've seen that there has been a challenge of teenage mothers coming back to the society. Is it going back to school, going back to work? Okay. So I can say that maybe the society is we do not have the best environment to integrate or take back some of even the teenagers.
Wow. So becoming a manager, it's something that someone can be. If you can just create something and out of it you make it beautiful.
Going alone, I'll go nowhere, but going together will go so far.
In everything that you're doing, just ensure you're consistent. Yeah, because consistent beats hard work. Huh?
Every day is a day to watch the youth hub. Wow, I like that.
When we talk about health, about menstruation health, what does it mean?
Because women are uniquely made, they have something that is called periods, or they menstruate.
That makes us unique.
Every month and menstruation is very special and pure. When I was growing up, when I started, nobody was talking about it.
I only learned when I had my first period, which is called MENAC. I am called a had reusable pads. Our pads are reusable because they are made of cloth. Yes. If we didn't menstruate, they would not be there. So I tell them, boys, you would not be here if there's no menstruating. So how many of you would like to be fathers one day? All of them. So cramps is normal. If you can tolerate, you just try and vumilia. The same towel, face towel, you can dip it in warm water and just place it on your stomach if you are at home.
Right now she's in her early 30s. When she's on period, she get mad.
You see?
Mental disorder.
She's proposed to, but she can't say yes because her uterus were removed, her ovaries.
Oh my God.
Without her knowledge when she was young.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back. You are still watching GBS News 9. The court has today granted the Director of Public Prosecutions the authority to prosecute Omar Raleigh in connection with the death of Tekra Moigai. This decision comes after a series of legal proceedings that have kept the public on edge, the case that has drew widespread attention and concern across the country. Omar Raleigh, who was Tekra's boyfriend, faced earlier charges of murder that were dropped earlier this year, but the DPP's renewed push for prosecution indicates a shift in legal narrative surrounding this tragic incident. Tekra Moigai, daughter of Keroche Brewery's founders, was found dead under mysterious circumstances in 2020. The circumstances surrounding her death have been contentious, with Larry varying accounts raising questions about the truth. Public reaction has been mixed. Many Kenyans are expressing support for the prosecution on social media, emphasizing the need for justice for Tekra. However, there are also concerns regarding the legal process and whether sufficient evidence exists to secure a conviction. The Mpox outbreak in Africa has now claimed over 1,100 lives and continues to spread across 18 countries, prompting urgent calls for international assistance. As public health officials grapple with this escalating crisis, the head of the Africa CDC, Dr. Jean Kaseya, stresses the need for global partners to honor their commitment in the fight against this viral threat. Here are the details.
The Mpox outbreak in Africa has reached a tragic milestone, with reported deaths now exceeding 1,100. The Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention confirms that the virus is impacting 18 countries across the continent. In a recent press conference, Dr. Jean Kaseya, head of the Africa CDC, stressed the urgent need for international support, calling on global partners to honor their commitments. A proposed 6-month response plan, estimated at nearly $600 million, aims to combat Mpox in 14 affected nations while bolstering readiness in 15 others. Mpox, which belongs to the same viral family as smallpox, typically present milder symptoms but can lead to severe complication in some cases. New infections have recently been reported in Zambia and Zimbabwe, while the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo continues to serve as the epicenter of this health crisis. First identified in Denmark in 1958, Mpox had been sporadically reported in Central and West Africa until the global outbreak in 2022 triggered a swift response from wealthier nations who provided vaccines. As the situation evolves, the call for international solidarity and resources has never been more critical. Irene Juguna, GBS News.
On Thursday, a multi-agency team in Nyahururu sub-county destroyed 1,422 kilograms of bang worth 41 million Kenyan shillings confiscated early this year at Kegumo village within Laikipia County. The Nyahururu Sub-County Security Committee, led by Nyahururu Sub-County Deputy Commissioner Bernard Ondino, in conjunction with the Departments of Health, Environment and Judiciary, oversaw the destruction of the consignment, which had been under tight security at Nyahururu Police Station. Here is more on the same.
On Thursday, a multi-agency team in Nyahururu sub-county destroyed 1,402 kg of bang valued at Kenya shillings 41 million. The consignment seized earlier this year in Kigumo village, Laikipia County, was incinerated following a court order. The destruction was led by Nyahururu Deputy Commissioner Bernard Ondino alongside health, environment and judiciary officials.
Our main mission is to destroy 63 sacks of cannabis sativa. It was confiscated a while ago, and there has been a case which has been ongoing, and it came to its conclusion, and therefore it was ordered that we destroy this exhibit. This is the exercise that we are undertaking here today.
The court had sentenced Bernard Waiguru Mwangi, who was found guilty of possession and trafficking, to a fine of Kenya shillings 50 million or 30-year in jail term if unpaid. While overseeing the destruction of the consignment, DCC Ondino thanked members of the public who reported the matter, which fast-tracked the arrest and prosecution of the culprit. The DCC observed that if it were not members of the public, the consignment would have landed in the hands of unscrupulous dealers, which would have affected youths in the society, urging members of the public to continue working with the security agency in the sub-county.
I want to thank the members of the public, those who have been able to report suspicious activities leading to arrest of this magnitude.
While delivering the judgment against the accused last week, Nyahururu resident magistrate Frederick Ralabi had termed the offense as serious and apparent in most parts of the country, and hence the accused person deserved a deterrent sentence. Peres Kigo, GBS News.
A new report has highlighted the untapped potential of SACCOs in Kenya's remittance market, emphasizing their role in promoting financial inclusion. Despite Kenya receiving $4.19 billion in remittance in 2023, SACCOs face regulatory and operational challenges. The study proposes reforms and strategic partnerships to boost their participation in the international remittances. Here is the full report. Do keep your comments coming in through our SMS line 21144 and GBS TV Africa on all our social media handles. That report brings us to our international news, but first let us take a quick commercial break.
Today we're talking about importance of premarital counseling. Maybe to start with, help us to understand what is premarital counseling and why is it important? Today we're talking about importance of premarital counseling. Maybe to start with, help us to understand what is premarital counseling and why is it important?
Why a man should leave his parents? Kwa nini spiritually? Kwa nini mwanaume ataacha wazazi wake haende kwa mke wake? And then there's no true love in this world. We just say true love. Truth never change. Kitambo I was a boxer. I worked in matatu sector. So you know what I mean, isn't it? So nilipitia. As a pastor anyway, he says danganya. Watu wananijua.
A truth never change.
Yeah.
A truth never change. Yeah. So if I tell you the truth, it will not change. Even if you'll ask me 5 years later, as long as I said the truth, I'll not forget because that is the truth.
Kuna msemo lakini ni uongo, yani wanasema ukiongea ukweli hautaishi na bibi. Action speaks
louder than words. True.
Yeah. So what I say is not important. My actions are important. Nikamwambia mali jiwe na tupa si mali naanguka. And she changed her mind. And then I come, oh, boy.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back to the broadcast. A new report has highlighted the untapped potential of SACCOs in Kenya's remittance market, emphasizing their role in promoting financial inclusion. Despite Kenya receiving $4.19 billion in remittance in 2023, SACCOs face regulatory and operational challenges. The study proposes reforms and strategic partnerships to boost their participation in international remittances. Here is the full report.
A latest report has revealed the potential of SACCOs in enhancing financial inclusion and economic growth through international remittances, particularly in rural and underserved areas, conducted by Financial Sector Deepening Kenya, FSD Kenya, and SASRA. The study explored challenges SACCOs face in offering remittances services and highlighted opportunities for improvement. According to the study, despite Kenya receiving $4.19 billion in remittances in 2023, SACCOs still have limited participation in handling these funds due to regulatory and operational hurdles. The report underscores the need for regulatory reforms, capacity building, and innovative remittances-linked products to integrate SACCOs into the remittance market. Two strategies proposed by the study are strengthening SACCO partnerships with banks and remittance providers and establishing a central SACCO platform for efficient market participation. By addressing these challenges, SACCOs could play a vital role in improving financial inclusion, offering diaspora savings accounts, and creating remittance-backed loans to benefit both senders and receivers. Hilary Kabila, GBS News, Nairobi.
And now moving to matters international news, at least 7 people were killed and 6 others were injured at a cafe located near a police training facility in the capital Mogadishu, Somalia, after a suicide bomber set an unknown device, as reported by the police on Thursday. The attack was claimed by Al-Shabaab, a group linked to Al-Qaeda, in a statement posted on its affiliated website. Here is more on the same.
An explosion occurred at a cave located near a police training facility in Mogadishu, Somalia, resulting in at least 7 fatalities and 6 injuries. According to police reports on Thursday, the blast was caused by a suicide bomber who detonated an unidentified device outside the General Kahie Police Academy. The victims included both officers and civilians who were gathered outside the establishment. Disan Ahmed, who witnessed and survived the attack, explained that the people around had noticed the bomber and expressed concern regarding his behavior. Ahmed recalled that after they voiced their suspicions, the bomber set off the explosive device. Al-Shabaab, a militant group linked to Al-Qaeda, quickly claimed responsibility for the attack through a statement on its affiliated website. This latest assault occurred 2 months after another attack in Mogadishu, where an assault on public beach resulted in 37 deaths. Al-Shabaab has consistently targeted public spaces and places where security forces gather, aiming to disturb daily life and demonstrate their continued capacity to strike despite efforts by the Somali government and international forces to weaken their operations. The attack not only revealed the continued threat posed by Al-Shabaab, but also highlights challenges in maintaining security in Mogadishu. As Somalia continues a struggle for stability, attacks like these serve as stark reminders of the ongoing challenges facing the country in its effort to build a secure and peaceful society. Paris Kigo, GBS News.
Israel has confirmed the death of Yahya Sinwar, the leader of Hamas, following an Israeli military operation in southern Gaza yesterday. Yahya Sinwar was considered the mastermind behind last year's deadly 7th October attack, which resulted in deaths of approximately 1,200 people in Israel and the abduction of over 250 hostages. Our correspondent Abdi Hamid Ali has more reports on this incident.
The Israeli Defense Forces released a drone footage on the social media account showcasing Yahya Sinwar's final moments. In a blurry yet dramatic footage, the drone films the damaged room caused by the fighting between Hamas and the IDF. Yahya Sinwar can be seen sitting on the dusty red chair, awaiting his impending death. With an amputated arm and covered in dust, he stares at the drone while holding a stick. He's also wearing a keffiyeh that is covering his face, a symbol of the Palestinian resistance. Even in his final moment, he's still defiant and throws a stick at a drone. He was later shot by an Israeli sniper. Israel top military officials praised the operation, with the IDF chief of staff, Herzi Halevi, stating the world is better off without him. The death of the Hamas leader has shocked the Arab world again after Israel conducted a coordinated military operation to eliminate him. Israel has killed leaders they dubbed as terrorists, whose aim is to destroy Israel. His death comes after Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah and former Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh, who were both killed in a coordinated attack. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu describes Sinwar's death as the beginning of the end of the conflict in Gaza. The Israeli military confirmed that Sinwar was among 3 militants killed in the southern Gaza and that no hostages were found at the site. U.S. President Joe Biden congratulated Netanyahu, calling the death of the Hamas leader a good day for Israel and the world. Vice President Kamala Harris said Sinwar has American blood on his hand, and she further stated that
justice has been served, and the United States, Israel, and the entire world are better off as a result.
UK Prime Minister said the UK will not mourn Sinwar's death, and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said the death of the Hamas leader means the new phase of war in Gaza has begun. Following the death of Sinwar, the U.S. plans to renew ceasefire talks to end the conflict in Gaza as humanitarian crisis remains an issue. Israel's Prime Minister pledged to continue efforts to bring the remaining hostages home and warned that anyone who targets Israel will suffer severe consequences. This is Abdi Hamid Ali, GBS News.
In northeastern Nigeria, a combination of climate change and ongoing armed conflict has led to a sharp rise in severe malnutrition cases, particularly among young children. The International Committee of the Red Cross reports a staggering 24% increase in malnutrition cases this year, raising the alarm bells for families in the Lake Chad region. Here is more on this.
Clinics in the areas are struggling to cope up with the influx of malnourished children. Rabiato Jobrela shared her heartbreaking experience at International Community of the Red Cross Clinic, where her son was unable to sit on his own due to malnutrition. He was healthy when I delivered him, but after I stopped breastfeeding, he began to lose weight, she said.
My son was healthy when I delivered him, but at 1 year, 9 months old, I stopped breastfeeding him. He began to lose weight, and we thought it was linked to him not being able to get breast milk.
The ongoing conflict is a key driver of the food crisis, displacing millions and disrupting access to farmland. Paul Ezra, a farmer from Madagali village, lamented the changes, saying they don't have enough farmland, where Boko Haram and other armed groups have taken over the bush.
We don't have enough land. We used to farm, but Boko Haram and other armed groups have taken over the bush.
The violence has intensified in 2024, where the ICRC noting a 58% increase in armed conflict in the Lake Chad region. Yan Bonzon, the ICRC Nigeria head of delegation, emphasized that the rise in food insecurity mirrors the escalating violence, severely impacting agricultural product and market access. The ICRC estimates that over 6 million people in the Lake Chad region will face food shortages in the coming months, a dire consequence of both conflict and climate change. As the situation worsens, communities are left grappling with the effect of insecurity and environmental challenges on their food sources. Joy Korea, GBS News.
Over a year into the ongoing conflict, the Gaza Strip continues to face the threat of famine despite a slight drop in the number of people experiencing extreme hunger. This is according to the latest data from the Integrated Food Security Phase Classification, which monitors global hunger crisis. Our correspondent Abdi Hamid Ali has more reports on this incident.
The situation in Gaza remains dire, according to World Food Programme's Country Director, Antoine Renard, stated that any improvements in food security has been entirely dependent on the humanitarian and commercial aid that continues to flow into Gaza. However, with local farms destroyed and food systems completely devastated by the conflict, the people here are left fully reliant on outside help. The IPC estimates that over 1.8 million people, or around 86% of Gaza population, are still struggling with severe food shortages. The organization also cautioned that conditions could worsen in the coming months. Contributing to this bleak outlook is a recent drop in aid deliveries, compounded by the onset of winter, which brings cold and wet conditions. Many Gazans are living in overcrowded tent camps, facing shortages of food, clean water, and proper sanitation. This week, the United States has reportedly warned Israel that it may reconsider military aid unless more is done to address the humanitarian crisis. This is Abdi Hamid Ali, GBS News.
Do keep your comments coming in through our SMS line 21144 and GBS TV Africa on all our social media handles. And now for sports lovers, it is time for your most anticipated part of the news, the sports news. Let's get sporty. The Junior Starlets lost their first match in the FIFA Under-17 Women World Cup, falling 2-0 to England. Maren Serenge and Valerie Nekesa played well but couldn't score against a strong English defense. England's goal came from Laura Brown, who scored a penalty, and Laureen Thompson, who added a late goal. This was Kenya's first match in the tournament, while England was returning after several years. The match took place on October 18th in the Dominican Republic. Kenya will need to improve before their next game against Korea DPR on the 20th of October, focusing on a strong defense and counter-attacks to create scoring chances. Coach Mildred Cheche will be looking for ways to boost the team's performance. Eliud Kipchoge, the two-time Olympic marathon champion, has made it clear he won't retire until he completes all 6 world marathon majors, despite facing challenges this season, including a disappointing performance at the Paris Olympics. He remains focused on his goal. Kipchoge has already participated in 5 of the majors and is eager to compete in the New York City Marathon next year. He believes there are still great opportunities ahead to inspire others. As he approaches his 40th birthday on November 5th, Kipchoge is determined to return stronger and continue his impressive running career.
Men in this field who will feel they have more than a good chance.
Over 200 golfers will compete this weekend at Thika Sports Club for the KCB East Africa Golf Tour. This event is now of the final legs of a series that has taken place across various locations including Nairobi and Mombasa. Thika Sports Club captain Moses Gatonye expressed excitement for the tournament, noting that the course is in great condition for a competitive day. The morning tee-off starts at 6:30 a.m. with the afternoon round beginning at 12:30 p.m. KCB has invested significantly in golf over the past 2 decades, supporting local and international events. The winning club will receive 1 million Kenya shillings for sustainability projects and a chance to participate in the 2025 Magical Kenya Ladies Open. Additionally, KCB will hold a junior golf.
Vision to both parties, that's why we...
Lionel Messi has been recognized and honored by Marshall as the greatest football player of all time, being the player with the most titles in football history, totaling an astonishing 46 trophies. According to Marshall, the event celebrated Messi's continued impact on the world football, which saw him earn 56 individual records and 46 collective records, resulting in an impressive total of 102 honors, solidifying his status as the greatest of all time. Messi's singular honor of being the most decorated footballer in history makes him the GOAT.
Lionel Messi, the Inter Miami forward, received this prestigious accolade at Chase Stadium in Miami, where he was recognized for accumulating a record 46 titles across his career, making him the player with the most trophies in football history. Messi has been honored as the most decorated football player in the sport's history, a monumental achievement that highlights his incredible legacy. In comparison, Messi's longtime rival Cristiano Ronaldo holds 33 major trophies, 13 fewer than the Argentine icon. This latest recognition further cements his place among the greatest players to ever grace the pitch. Messi's rise to global stardom began in 2004 at Barcelona, where his breakthrough set the tone for years of dominance. Following his time in Spain, he enjoyed a notable stint at Paris Saint-Germain before embarking on his current chapter with Inter Miami. Beyond his club exploits, Messi's international career with Argentina has been nothing short of remarkable. Since 2022, he has won 4 major titles, including the coveted World Cup. His individual accolades are equally astonishing. Messi became the player with the most Ballon d'Or titles, 8 in the history of football, 6 Golden Boots, and top scorer awards for both La Liga and Argentina. Additionally, Messi holds the record for the most appearances in World Cup history, with 26 matches played. According to Marca via Tribuna, Messi's recognition is based on his unmatched accomplishment in football, having won more silverware than any other player in history. This distinction all but confirms Messi's status as the greatest of all time, the GOAT. Reporting for GBS TV, I am John Kinyanjui.
Football Kenya Federation is set to implement a new coaching pathway in January 2025 in line with the updated CAF coaching convention. The changes aim to create a streamlined and progressive system that will guide coach development from grassroots to elite football, ensuring clearer progression opportunities and adherence to international standards. The revamped structure addresses existing gaps, offering coaches a detailed, structured pathway, including mandatory practice periods and regular refresher courses to keep them updated with the latest global trends. Here are the details.
The new FKF coaching pathway structure. Number 1. FKF Introductory Certificate. The pathway starts with FKF Introductory Certificate, a 60-hour course designed to equip aspiring coaches with foundational skills for grassroots football. This program focuses on essential coaching principles, laying the groundwork for a successful career in football coaching. Number 2. FKFD Diploma. The FKFD Diploma emphasizes youth football, considered the backbone of long-term football success. This enhanced 80-hour program prepares coaches to work effectively with youth and grassroots teams, focusing on development at an early age. Number 3. CAFD License. The CAFD license is the entry-level course for coaches targeting grassroots and youth football. The 10-day course is followed by a mandatory 1-year coaching practice period before participants can advance to the CAFC license. Number 4. CAFC license. The CAFC license involves 2 months of coursework and requires a minimum of 2 years of practical coaching experience before moving on to the CAFB license. Number 5. The CAFB license. The CAFB license requires 4 months of training, followed by a 1-year coaching practice period, allowing coaches to then progress to the CAFA license. Number 6. The CAFA license. The CAFA license is a high-level certificate designed for advanced coaching roles. This program spans 6 months with a mandatory 3-year practice period before coaches can qualify for the CAF Pro license. Number 7. The CAF Pro license. The CAF Pro license is the highest level of coaching certificate in African football, reserved for elite coaches. To qualify, coaches must have 3 years of practice experience at the CAF A level. And finally, continuous professional development. This coaching pathway provides a clear progression route from youth football to elite professional management, ensuring coaches continually develop their skills. FKF will also introduce regular updates and specialized courses for continuous professional development, keeping Kenyan coaches at the forefront of the game. Reporting for GBS TV, I am John Kinyanjui.
And that sports news brings us to the end of our news segment tonight. Here are GBS News 9. We make your news our business. My name is Beatrice Njeri. Our sign language interpreter is Adams Minor. Good night.